Hey guys, we're going to be going back to the not toying around legendary version and working on this 50 unit clear mission because I like being content complete, so I want to knock out the rest of these missions. Overall, the rewards aren't super important. If you don't feel like doing this, feel free to skip. The red quartz are really nice. It does have 500 lapis for doing 42 units. But overall, some LB pots. I mean, it's worth doing. They got some good stuff in here. Some STMR tickets, more quartz, 20 LB pots. So, I mean, it's worth doing if you want to. I'm going to be showing how I'm going to be doing it because I kind of put this off until Neovisions because the legendary elf is a little bit irritating, and I wanted to just one-shot him and make it nice and easy. So we're going to be taking my own unit every time. We're going to rotate that unit, but I'll explain more about the carry unit in a moment. We're taking 2 carry units. So this core team of Regina, Tifa, Zahn, and a chainer. It doesn't have to be Cloud. Any just high damage chainer. We'll be able to one-shot the elf, and then we're going to use 2 units to carry and rotate per turn. We're using Sarai for one of these, and we're going to take Fran for the other one. But those are going to be rotated every single clear. But Regina, Tifa, Zahn, and Cloud are going to be coming every clear. One thing, depending on what you bring, you might want to put some white fangs in your items. You also want smelling salts in your items. So there we go. So this is the base team we're going to be using. We're going to be using Regina, gear her for Fairy Killer, and the whole team has 50% or better wind resist. Now this is the gear we're using. She's not really going to be super relevant for damage. She's mostly here for her Fairy Killer we're going to steal. And we put her on Fenrir for Snow Wolf's Fang. That gives her an ice attack on turn 1. It just saves me having to go restock those items. You can use items if you'd rather. If your Fenrir doesn't have Snow Wolf Fang, feel free to just use the white Fang from items, and that's fine. Tifa, in her base form, is going to be wearing 12 auto limit. We've geared her for 12 auto limit, and other than that, some wind resist, at least 30%. So 12 auto limit and wind resist. The rest of the gear is not that important, and we did give her Lion Emblem. This is going to give her +5 additional LB on turn 1. So this, plus the 12 auto limit, means we're at 17 LB out of 20 needed. And then when she shifts on turn 2, she's going to regenerate the last 3 from her STMR Premium Heart. That's going to give her the 20 needed with no drops whatsoever. By turn 3, which is going to be the kill turn. So other than that, we are using just Fairy Killer and LB damage. We've got a decent card on her. A neat trick, by the way, is Equip Spear and then Longinus. This gives 75% extra Fairy Killer, and it's a pretty good weapon anyway, so that's kind of worth using. You might have better Fairy Killer than me. Mine is 250 Fairy and 145 LB damage. LB damage is a little bit on the low side because I couldn't really fit it, but that's just gear depending. Zahn is going to be our passive provoke evasion tank. He's kind of important to spread the buff, so you really got to have Zahn for this. Thankfully, Zahn is now UOC-able. Even if you own 0 copies, you can now UOC Zahn. I recommend that. He's a good unit, but it's up to you. Full evasion, passive provoke, and we gave him more wind resist. You want a lot of wind resist on Zahn because he's going to eat the ambush he's going to eat the wind attack during the ambush. He also needs to be on Phoenix with Auto Med learned. Or you can use Griever, the item, if you don't want to put him on Phoenix. Either way works. Cloud is going to be just a chainer. This is not specific to Cloud. Any high DPS chainer is totally fine. I'm choosing Cloud because he's new and flashy. He's also just, high DPS. But any chainer works fine. We gave him the Vision card. We're not using his shift form. It's naked. And he has 100 Fairy Killer, and we're not using his LB. If you don't have Cloud, again, you can use any chainer you want. One thing to mention, we're only breaking the boss's defense with this setup. We're breaking it by 80% with Tifa. So you probably don't want to bring a mage chainer for this specific team unless you've got a way to break defense on our spirit on the boss. So that's going to be the core team. We're going to use those. We're going to kill on turn 3. The whole team has 30% or better wind resist. I think I mentioned that, but everyone has 30% or better wind resist. Now, the last unit on this team is going to be someone on Tetra Sylphid with Bar Faroga learned. So we're going to use this carry unit to cast Bar Faroga on turn 1, and that's pretty much it. That's all they're here for. They can be naked. It can be any unit you want in the possible game. The last unit, it needs to be someone that can imbue and imperil ice for you. There's lots of units in the game that can do that. You can just rotate one per clear. For this first clear, we're going to use Fran. She has Ice Imbue with Icy Arrows, Ice Imperil with Exposed. So we're going to use her, and then we're going to rotate her out next time for a different Ice Imbue and Imperil unit. Alright, and the gear on them is not relevant. Let's go in here and give this a go. So I'll try to explain what we're doing per turn by turn, because it's kind of a lot going on. It's pretty easy once you get into a rhythm for it. So there's the ambush. It was wind damage. It hit Zahn. He passed and provoked it, and then he cured his confusion with auto med. So that's good. So you got to hit the boss with ice damage every single turn, or he's going to counterattack, or he's going to use non-elemental damage and kill your team. So for this first turn, Regina is just going to Snow Wolf Fang from Fenrir. That hits the boss with ice. All right, the carry unit on Tetra is going to cast Bar Aroga. Tifa is going to use the Lion Emblem to get +5 LB crystals. Fran is going to imbue herself and imperil. Alright. Zahn is going to just copy the imbue from the carry unit on turn 1. And Cloud will do a 300% attack buff on himself. Okay, so Fran's going to die because we didn't gear her in any wind resist. Sarai is on Tetra, so she's going to survive just by being on Tetra. But she's no longer relevant. And we already stole the imbue from Fran, and she already applied the imperil, so we're good. Okay, so once again, you always got to hit the boss with ice damage, so we're not going to do that quite yet. We're going to go ahead and have Tifa shift. Now make sure you do not use Tifa's concentration. That imbues her with water. We don't want that. We're just going to Magnus and then double cast Crashing Waves to break defense. Alright, now Regina is just going to Fairy Module. Alright, Zahn is now going to Reflector. We're going to steal with critical, the attack buff from Cloud and the killer buff from Regina, and we're going to spread that to the team. Don't forget, we stole the imbue on turn 1. So now the whole team is imbued with ice. After we're ice imbued, we're going to punch with Cloud to deal ice damage. Or you could use a White Fang if you want to. Either one is fine, doesn't really matter. But you only need to deal ice damage one time. Alright, so because we dealt ice damage and the whole team is 100% or better wind resist after a buff, we're immune to everything. Yeah, the boss can't hurt you if you're immune to wind and you don't use limits or anything, and you use ice, until his third turn. But now we're going to finish off the fight. So Cloud is just going to chain, or whoever this chainer would be is just going to triple chain. Make sure they chain with Zahn, though. Zahn does chain Stardust Ray, so we're good. Tifa's going to cap, and Regina's going to cap. Now, this might actually be pretty overkill damage. I don't even know. But, it's better to be safe than sorry. So we'll go ahead and start Regina. We'll start the chainers. And then we'll drop Tifa. I mean, Tifa's doing... I just saw Tifa dealt... It looked like 841 million. I'm pretty sure that was 841 million. Oh yeah. Oh, we did 100 million or 1 billion. The boss has 800 million hit points. So as you saw in all that setup, Cloud and Regina's actual personal damage was irrelevant. My Tifa one-shot him all by her complete self. But keep in mind, your gear may not be as good. You may not be, well equipped. And I did steal a 300% attack buff from Cloud. If you don't have Cloud, make sure you find a way to get an attack buff in there. But overall, it was fine. So we got +2 clears. We got some more quartz and STMR tickets. So let's go ahead and do that one more time. I'll show a second clear. So same thing. We're gonna bring our own unit. Let me look at the wiki real quick for a second unit that has Imperil and Personal Imbue. According to the wiki, there's 27 units that do that. Who do I have? Godria, Amelia, Kurasame. Okay, Kurasame does it. So let's go ahead and bring Kurasame. That's Final Fantasy Type 0. Where's Kurasame? Kurasame, here we go. He does Imbue and Imperil. Okay, and we're going to bring another random unit, anyone we want. Let's just bring a 3-star base. Who cares? Someone I've never taken before. I've probably never taken Mustadio. Yep. Let's go again. Same thing. We're gonna get 2 more units. So it's gonna be pretty quick and simple the way we're doing it. All right. So same thing. Turn 1, we're gonna Fenrir with her. We're going to imbue and imperil with Kurosame. I don't even know what his imbue and imperils are. Looks like instant health freeze +2 is the imperil, and what's his imbue? Adds ice element, ice magic unleashed is his imbue. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not. I don't use Kurosame enough. All right, so Zahn is going to just steal the imbue from Kurosame. Cloud is just going to ignition. We're going to wind resist with the unit on Tetra, and Tifa is going to rallying cry. Okay, Kurosame is going to die. We didn't do any LBs, so we're good. Alright, let's see here. Tifa is now going to shift. We're going to Magnus and then break the defense. Magnus, break defense. Regina is going to Fairy Module. Cloud is going to wait for us to spread the buffs. So we're going to Reflector, we're going to critical on Cloud, critical on Regina, we're going to spread. Alright, buffs have been spread, we're going to just punch with the imbued units. Okay. Go ahead and LB. Zahn will triple Stardust with Cloud, who will triple Stardust. I'm not going to bother with Regina, because as it turns out, we don't even need her to actually chip in damage. Apparently Regina's damage was a little bit important. Apparently it was important. I guess I will be right back as I reset this turn. I will see you guys in a second. Okay, guys. I am feeling a little bit silly right now. Super overconfident. I assumed my damage was just amazing. I guess that was just a big variance versus the first time. So yeah, I guess, you know, don't be cocky. The game makes you look dumb when that happens. So we're going to try this again. And Regina, I'm sorry, my dear, you actually are a little bit important, apparently, to cover bad variance. I must have had a really good variance the first clear, is probably what happened. That was actually really close. Variance is a pain. Well, what kind of damage did we deal? 865, so we actually didn't even overcap by that much. Wow. Now keep in mind, Kurosame's Imperil is only 100%. If I used a 120% Imperil, it'd be a lot safer. Let's go ahead and grab a 120% Imperil unit and see what happens. What the hell? What is going on here? Did they give me all the rewards again? There's no way. There's no way. That's gotta be like a visual glitch. Okay, that was just a visual. I'm about to get banned for hacking the game. No, that was just a visual glitch. It did not give me all the rewards again. It only gave me the original rewards. Okay. Anyway, let's do one more clear. Let's do one more clear to just because that was like some crazy variance. Oh yeah, I'm so filtered for last night's Shinryu. Let's go ahead and select your own unit. Who is going to do an Imperil for me? Let me look at my list over here. Who can do a 120 Imperil and Imbue? Let's do a 120. Oh, Lastwell can. Okay, so Lastwell is going to be our Imbue and Imperil. Shiva Lastwell. There we go. And then we're going to... Oh, actually his Imbue is only 100%. Whatever. And we'll bring just a random 3-star base for +1. Shira, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. So I guess maybe doing it this way is actually even tighter than I realized. Maybe it's better to wait for like Pyroglacial Lastwell's Neovision if you're having survival problems. So we're going to Imbue. Let's see. Fatal Bloom. And where's his Imbue? Add Ice Element. Alright. Now that is dealing ice damage, so technically we don't need Snow Fang, but we're doing it just in case you're using someone like Epsilon Nicole that doesn't actually deal damage. Tifa is going to Rallying Cry. The carry unit is going to bar Aroga. Cloud is going to attack buff. And Zahn will just steal the imbue from the other unit. Now again, I'm using like 3-star naked units, and then oh, I guess Lastwell has natural wind resist. He's surviving. Yeah, I'm actually not even contributing damage with the the carry units. So if you're short on damage, you could obviously put in 2 real units and help chip in extra damage. But like as long as I'm not being stupidly cocky with Regina and not using her, we're actually doing enough damage. What am I doing? We're stealing buffs this turn. Let's critical Cloud, let's critical Regina, and let's spread. Alright, wait for this to finish. Then we'll go ahead and punch. These 2 are irrelevant. Alright. So we'll get 2 more clears in this time with She-Ra and Lastwell. Let's see. Zahn gonna catch me. Stardust. That's not Stardust. 1, 2, 3. Cloud will 1, 2, 3. Tifa's gonna cap. Regina, chip in some damage, please. Alright, 1, 2. Send everyone else. And Tifa. Tifa did 800 million that time. I guess it's just variance. I don't know. Whatever. We did 1 billion again. I'm so confused why it did so low damage that one time. Maybe I forgot a buff or something? It's possible. I might have forgotten a buff that second clear. I don't know. Anyway, there's 3 clears on the elf guy. I'm going to be doing... there's my 33 and 34, so I need to do 16 more units, 8 more clears. I think. Let me check. Yeah, I'm at 34. I need 16 more, 8 more clears. I'll get the rest of my rewards. But I'm not going to record all of them. I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. I'm going to grab a carry unit. I'm going to grab someone with ice imbue and apparel. And I'm going to rotate them until I hit 50. Alright. There it is. Hope it's been helpful. See you guys next time.